What's up guys, this is A-100 here. So today in this video I'm going to show you how to create a virtual machine instance on Google Cloud with A-100 GPU. This is a complete step-by-step guide, and please bear with me because this video is probably going to be a bunch of trials and errors. From the previous video I talked about how to connect a Google Colab to a virtual machine instance using the deployment manager from here, which is this deploy from this, which I actually do not recommend because Colab doesn't really provide with the full virtual machine experience, right? You don't have the terminal and you cannot really manipulate the directory really well, and once you disconnect you lost everything in the drive. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the recommended way to doing this and to run the Jupyter notebook from the virtual machine instance. Okay, let's get started. So a really good news is that I just applied for a A-100 quota, and it was approved in the US Central 1 region. I tried about like definitely more than 20 times and never does it succeed, but just now it succeeds. So what exactly does it succeed? To create a virtual machine instance and to avoid that the resource availability is not up to the demand, what you want to do is you go to the committed use discounts and create a reservation first. This will save you a spot for creating the virtual machine instance later on. When you start the virtual machine instance or stop it and start it again, you won't ever have that error ever again. So you have this spot dedicated for you. So that's the recommended way to create a virtual machine instance. So now we already have this reservation 1, which is the A-100 GPU, as you can see. So let's jump ahead to the virtual machine page and create that virtual machine instance. By the way, this is the email that I just got 5 minutes ago, really fresh. So to do that, let's go to the console page. Let's type in the VM instance, compute engine. This instance I created yesterday. This is for the T4 GPU. Now we're going to create another one for the A100 GPU using that reservation. So to do that, click Create Instance. Now in order to use the reservation, we need to make sure everything here matches exactly every spec here, okay? So we want to make sure the zone is the same, the machine type is the same, everything is the same, okay? So let's first check the region. Let's make it another name like A100. Okay, the region is US Central 1A. Cool. And we want to make a A100 GPU, so GPU A100 40 gigabytes, which is crazy. And this is gonna cost $22,000 per month. Gosh. Okay. Let's just enable everything so we won't have the trouble to enable it later. Let's change the image because it will support the PyTorch later on. Let's make it 750. How about that? Actually, I'm not sure if I have the quota for 750. So let's go to the quota page and check. So what's the quota? Processing disk. Oh, we have 2 TB. Nice. We should be fine. So let's make 750 gigabytes. Okay. Let's allow full access and allow all traffic. And let's check again to make sure everything is cool. Okay. This is with the A100 GPU, and this is also the first time in my life that I'm going to start with this super fancy GPU. So let's click create. Now technically, it should be able to create an instance for us because we already have the reservation. By the way, by using the reservation, the Google will save us a spot for using the GPU, which means it's also gonna bill us 24 hours a day. I think this is a good sign that the instance was just created successfully. Yes, that's correct. Okay, so the instance was just created for us with the A-100 GPU. Super cool. Let's SSH into the instance and install necessary packages and environments. Actually, if you want, we can do everything from the VS Code. So let's start VS Code. The first time you run SSH into the virtual machine instance, it will ask you for this. So you want to install a driver for sure. So it'll take some time. In the meanwhile, let's try to configure the VM instance from VS Code. So to do that, as I already explained in another video, just open your VS Code and type in, of course you want to run gcloud init first to initialize your credentials, and then run gcloud configure project, if I remember correctly. Let's run a quick Google search. Let's look up the documentation. Yeah, you want to run this code to set up the project correctly. Basically, the project ID will be, let's see, let me close this. Will be this, PDL6998009, okay? I've already done that, so I don't need to run it again, but for you, you might need to run it again. Great. So let's run gcloud compute config SSH, if I remember correctly. Right, this command here. This is just a one-line simple command that will configure the SSH public keys and private keys for you. And it will allow you to connect to the VM instance. Okay, looks like we should be able to connect to our instances. Let's go to the Remote Explorer. Let's run this. Make sure it's added. Right, this is the new one that we just add. This is the A-100 one. Let's try that. Let's click the window here. Linux environment. Yes, continue. Okay. To verify that NVIDIA driver has been installed, let's run NVIDIA as my. So great, it's 11.6, really new one. Let's see if the CUDA driver is installed. Okay, it's installed. Now we're just waiting for this to respond. What's up guys, welcome back. Just now we were talking about how to SSH into the virtual machine instance and using basically Remote Explorer and collect this, right? Sometimes does not work. Sometimes if you click this, it'll try to keep connecting and it will kind of be stuck there forever. If this is the case, just type in the line that it just suggests you after typing this command. So basically type in this SSH command in your terminal, and basically it will look like this. It will ask you, are you sure you want to continue connecting? And just type in yes, and it will establish the key And that's it. You just connect to the virtual machine instance, right? Here. Perfect. Let's exit here. And now it should be fine connecting to the VM instance using this connect to a new window button. So let's connect that. The VS Code will open up a new window, and this new window hopefully will be connecting to the instance successfully now. Great. So let's open up the root folder and install the necessary packages from now on. So let's open up this folder. That's great. Trust. As you can see, we're in the VM instance now. First, let's see the total space that is available to us. As you can see, we have the 740 gigabyte space. Okay. So that should be good enough for us. Okay, so let's initialize Conda. Let's see if there's Conda. Oh, there is Conda. So let's initialize Conda. Yes. Oh, unexpected error. Okay. Okay, cool. It's initialized, so we have the base environment now. Let's see all the environments that we have. We only have the base environment. Let's create another environment with the PyTorch. So let's name it as PyTorch, and let's specify the Python version 3.9. So let's click yes. Great, let's activate that environment. Now let's install PyTorch. Let's go to install PyTorch, if I can type it correctly. Okay, so we're installing on the Linux environment using conda python. So we're just using this command. Copy and paste that here. It will take some time, so let's just be a little patient. Okay, welcome back. So you just solved the environment, and let's type in yes to install all the packages. Okay, finally, after about 10 minutes of installing everything, now we have the PyTorch. To verify we actually have the PyTorch, let's type in Python. Let's import torch. Okay, it works. The next step, let's install Jupyter Lab. So let's use pip install Jupyter Lab. Much faster than the PyTorch installation. To make it work and even more compatible, let's install IPY widgets. Okay, great. Let's install pandas. Let's install matplotlib. Okay, now let's create a directory. Let's call it workspace. Let's move Masa's code here. So there are two ways to do it. I can drag the code here directly. So let me go to my downloads directory. And here's Masa code. Let me just drag it here. So you can see it's here. Great. I forgot. Let's also install tqdm. Okay. We also need to install gdal. Okay. Let me close my file explorer. Okay, let's just use this line to install GDL. Okay, cool. Let's try Jupyter Lab and click one of these links. It should pop up a window like this. Let's go to workspace. Oh, we don't have the REST material, so let's install that. Cool. Let's go ahead and try it again. This time without error. Finally, we have installed everything. Okay, we can start from here. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. Okay, hope this is helpful.